Alrighty, it's been a while since we did anything. I've had a whole rigmarole of life stuff going on, including I got a new jawbone and all that fun stuff, so I haven't been able to talk for a little while. I don't even remember if I've recorded a Farcast session or anything since that started, so I've been kind of silent for a while. But now we're gonna try and get into a bit of tabletop gaming, beginning with the classic game D&D. I know I'm somewhat famous for focusing on BattleTech related content, which is in a way sort of related to Dungeons and Dragons, but
There are
it's
two
tech.
degrees of separation, but yes.
Yeah. It's much stricter. BattleTech is. It's feels like it was made by a bunch of engineers and math nerds that wanted a
Yeah.
high degree of specificity, whereas Dungeons and Dragons is basically, hey, let's make up whatever we want with our imaginations, and we'll roll some dice to sort of create a degree of randomness, and we'll see what happens from there. And the players can, from what I understand, can increase how you know lore accurate or whatever you want to be, or just make their own setting or anything.
Yes. Typically, typically in today's D&D, people tend to play within the rel- the Forgotten Realms, which is the default setting for 5th edition D&D. But we will discuss either today or at some point in time which setting we're actually going to be playing in, whether which will ultimately determine which modules we play.
All right, that sounds fair enough to me. I know absolutely nothing about the D&D lore or whatever, so this is all new to me.
It is long convoluted, and every time there is a edition upgrade, an apocalyptic event happens that blows everything up. um,
Fair enough. I guess that's one way to retcon things.
yep. All right, so I guess first things first. Uh, you haven't made a. I don't believe you've ever made a character in a actual system that I haven't made before yet. So
Nope.
I'm thinking to introduce you. I am going to walk you through that. Um,
Sounds pretty good.
so I have in the journal here under the there's first character. Since we can't use the character mancer together, I am just going to hit edit character sheet directly.
Okay.
All right. And this will give us free reign to do basically whatever. Um, all right. So, uh, D&D uses a combination of rolled statistics, a selected class, and a selected race and subrace. Um, so typically, typically what most people do is they will roll their stats first and then uh, determine what they wind up playing as based on those stats. However, we could go in any we could go in basically any order we want for this. So you could go ahead and pick a class first if you'd like, or a race first.
All right.
I'll.
I think I had a D20 here somewhere.
All right.
Where the heck is it? My desk is a train wreck. I should have thought of this before we started. One sec.
That said, if you're rolling statistics, it's actually roll 46 and drop the lowest.
All right. I don't see my
For
D20,
e-
but I'm gonna quickly see if I can look up a phone app that does the same thing.
Actually, since we are in roll 20,
Oh,
uh, if you see in the left bar there,
I
there is
see. Yeah.
a dice. If you click on that, you can see all the available dice and click on the one you want.
Alrighty, how
In this
many,
case, you're going to want to go d6 and 4.
six? So a d6 and a d4, or roll d4 d6s?
4d6. So, okay, 14, since we're dropping that one.
Oh, oh, there it is. Okay.
Yep, in that chat bar. Okay, do this 5 more times.
Okay. 6, 4. One, two.
Uh, oof. 7, 13, uh, 9, 12. One more time, I believe.
Ready?
And 10. Okay.
Alrighty, seems like I
So
got very
character
middle of
with
the road.
decent strength, very low dexterity, uh decent uh somewhat good constitution, below average intelligence, uh but good wisdom, so you're well learned, or some decent wisdom, so you're well learned, and kind of normal on charisma.
Alright, so
All
I
right.
am just a big wet noodle.
Yep. So for a stat lineup like this, I do believe either a barbarian fighter or yeah, a barbarian or fighter would be pretty or would fit these stats.
Alrighty, well, if I'm gonna go with a fighter, I think we'll go with an X-Wing. Is that a race? No.
Unfortunately not.
Oh, the other kind of fighter. Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Hmm. Alright, sure, let's go fighter.
Okay. So we are going fighter. This gives you all right, this gives us the first thing we need to talk about. So picking a fighter gives you saving throws in strength and constitution, which is basically your strength or constitution with an added proficiency bonus. Proficiency is basically a the stat that will boost your checks at whatever you are good at.
Okay.
So, and it levels up over time. Your core stats will only actually increase 5 times,
Alright.
but your proficiency will uh, increase, I believe, yeah, another 5 times. But it will they will stack together to create or to create basically the level or the the strength progression.
Alrighty.
All right, now let me look up fighter.
Yeah, I played enough, video games that vaguely use this mechanic to some degree.
Yeah. All right. Fighters start with 10. Fighter's starting HP is 10 plus your constitution, which means you start with 11 HP. Right. Now, next, we need to. We'll skip the. We'll skip the rest of the things you choose for fighter now, and instead we will redirect you to picking a race,
Alrighty, what are
which,
my options?
well, I have just sent you a link to all the currently available races uh, which are a lot actually.
All right.
Quite a lot. Oh god, this list has doubled since I last looked at it actually.
Oh god. Feel like I don't have enough monitors for all these windows.
Yes, invest in more monitors. I have 3.
And the gnomes always look weird. They have the stretched upper skull. It's always been odd to me.
Yeah, it n gnomes are I've always viewed gnomes as the troll pick. If you're taking things if you're not taking things seriously, y or if a player's not taking things seriously, they're gonna play a gnome.
Hmm.
My very first D&D game, we had a, gnome paladin who, whose entire point was being a tank, but he was, like, 3 feet tall, so he couldn't stop any incoming projectiles from, hitting the guys he was trying to protect.
Oh jeez. All right. Well, it looks like Dragonborn. No, I don't feel like being a furry, or not a furry. A scaly, I guess.
Scaly. Yeah.
Uh, Dwarf, maybe. Elf. I feel like pointy ears are just kind of always the lazy fantasy shortcut. Oh, it's a fantasy character. Give him pointy ears. Okay, got it.
Okay. Live
Uh,
long and prosper, my dude.
hmm. I I sort of want to pick a human, but it's like so obvious. Um,
Um, Humans do come with some interesting options. However, it is mostly uh well, it depends. So humans have two ways you can play them. One is kind of an incredibly vanilla +1 to all ability scores, but if you play a human variant, you get to break the game. That
hmm.
said, it's boring.
Okay, I'm actually thinking maybe I'll do a half orc.
Half orc? Okay.
Yeah. Get some extra strength, constitution, endurance. I assume dark vision helps you see in the dark?
Yes, dark vision is 60 feet of, well, a dark vision. However, you don't see color.
Hmm. Okay. Well,
Right.
that's alright with me. I don't want my character to be racist, so not seeing colors is a bonus.
Yeah. All right. Your strength increases by 2 and con by 1, meaning your beginning HP is actually increased by 1 point now.
Alright.
All right. Half orcs. Half orcs mature a little faster than humans, reaching adulthood at age 14. Age is not a so appearance, gender, appearance, etc. doesn't really affect your playable statistics. That is more of a role play thing.
Alrighty.
But basically, half orcs live from or reach adulthood at age 14, and they live about 75 years, so a little shorter than a human.
Alright. That's better in my opinion. I don't want to stick around any longer than I have to.
Yep. So what would you like your character's age to be?
I'll go with 34.
34? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Middle-aged man.
Yeah.
All right. Size, your size is medium. Height. Would you like to roll your height?
Sure.
All right,
D6 again?
5e, half orc. Half orcs are. Need to go to the Forgotten Realms wiki for this. I believe to roll this, it is roll 2d12.
2d12. Okay.
Okay. Oh, right. Are you also playing a male half orc or a female half orc?
Hmm. I'll go female. Why not?
All right. So 4'5" plus 4, you are 4'9".
4'9". All right. I'm a short
Yep.
half orc. I'm a half orc.
Yep. uh, for you, non-Americans out there, that is feet to
Like 1.5 meters, right?
uh, e- yeah, 1.5, I think. So 1.5 m. Okay. Weight. Uh, given you rolled somebody so short, we'll go five. 5e half orc weight. Roll.
Can I edit this without screwing things up?
Uh, yeah, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to
Okay.
correct that to 1.4 meters because apparently I got it slightly wrong.
Okay. Uh, okay. Roll 5d12.
5d12. Okay.
Okay, 139 pounds. That put you on. Or let me look up a body mass index.
That's way higher than my actual uh
Your actual
index.
weight.
'Cause I'm
And I know you are super tall. You towered over me.
yeah, I'm like 6'2", I think, and my current weight's like 115, so like I must be
Alright.
a fat little half orc.
Yeah, you are. Oh, you are obese.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. Yeah, I'm a middle-aged fat orc.
Short and fat half orc. Uh, eye color is your choice, but I do believe that is the human spectrum.
Okay, I'll go with I guess green. Green's the
Green. Okay.
appeals to me more.
Uh, your skin. I believe half orcs. Various shades of purplish gray or green.
Already made my eyes green, so the skin should be purple, I think.
All right. Purplish green. I probably misspelled that.
Purplish green, all right. Wouldn't that just
Yep.
be brown?
Uh, it is a shade of brown.
All right, fair enough.
And then hair orcs can have black or shades of gray as age sets in.
Well, I am middle-aged, so definitely graying, so let's go with gray.
All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. So because you are half orc, that does mean your walking speed is 30 feet. So on a typical character grid, I'm going to go ahead and drag out my mascot real quick.
Hope that's not 30 feet an hour.
Typically, Oh no, not an hour.
Oh,
It
good.
is 30 feet every 6 seconds.
All right.
So basically, every square on a normal map is 5 feet. So on a typical turn, I could move from, say, here all the way to here.
Oh, I had a lower character screen. All
Ah,
right.
okay.
So 6 squares, basically.
Yep. And if you take the dash action, you can basically surrender your attack and go twice as far.
All right. Basically XCOM rules.
Yep. All right. Anything else? Ah, yes. So dark vision. Now I dark vision, source racial, source type, half orc. All right. Thanks to your orc blood, you have superior vision in dark and dim conditions. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. You can't discern color in darkness, only shades of gray.
Hmm. All right.
So later on, when we're actually setting things up, and once I have an actual token for you, I can basically set up your field of vision. So if you are in a darker area, I can have the vision that is beyond you actually show up as gray or blue. I personally prefer blue for uh, for showing off dark vision, but gray works as well.
Alrighty.
Uh, so for roll 20, you can basically click on the skill in order to pop it in or out, and you can click on that word bubble to show it off to the other players or the most importantly the game master, just so instead of having to sit everyone down and explain them your abilities, you can just click the button and I can I can read way, way, way faster than you can explain things.
Fair enough.
Personally. All right.
I'm kind of the same way. I sort of stumble over my words if I try to speak something as I'm reading it.
All right. You also get menacing. You have proficiency in the intimidation skill.
All right.
Okay. Racial half orc. Which gives me a chance to point out the skill section, which is to the right of the course stats. So, at any point in time while going through an adventure, I could call you to make a skill test. So, if you're trying to intimidate, say, a guard to uh, run away or something, um, basically, I'll say, okay, I will need a difficulty 10 intimidation check. And then you can click on intimidation and it will bring up an automatic roll.
All right.
Here, you've just passed. Push always goes to, for clarity, in Dungeons and Dragons, if y- if your roll meets, if the roll meets the requirement for succeeding, that will count as a success. Push always goes to the roller.
Alrighty. Though I don't know why I would ever try to intimidate someone to run away from me. I want them to run towards me and run into my sword.
Yes, of course.
Or whatever pointy thing I have to be holding.
uh, just a big bonk.
Oh.
All right. Moving on. Ah, the good thing. Relentless endurance. When you are reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can drop to 1 hit point instead. You can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest.
Alright, so basically a chance to not instantly die horribly.
Yep.
Alrighty, that's another thing that's popped up in a couple games like XCOM.
Yep. Let's see. What was it called again? Relentless Endurance.
I want to say Oblivion or Skyrim did that too at some point. I never really got used to using that ability, but there was something you could do to make it so when you take a potentially fatal blow, you drop to 1 hit point instead.
I know Dark Souls 3 has a spell that does that. Tears of Denial.
Yes, that one's very
Um,
fun for multiplayer.
yes. uh, and then, Savage Attacks. When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time.
Hmm.
So, this on normal weapons basically doubles the efficacy of your critical hits,
Ah,
which is good for a fighter.
very good. So I can hit things and make them more deader.
Yep.
Alright, alright. I'm liking this.
All right. That is it for. Or wait, one more thing. You can, as for languages, you can speak, read, and write Common and Orc. Orc is a
Orcs, right?
harsh. Yep.
What?
or,
They're orcs. They're
or
not
true.
supposed to
That.
write. They're not literate. What is this madness? They're supposed to
Yes.
talk in Cockney accents and scream a lot.
It has no script, but when it is written with Dwarvish script.
Oh.
Okay, so other proficiencies in languages, you'll see in the bottom left, uh, Common and Orc. All right, next, we'll now fill out the rest of the fighter. Fighters start, or okay, first off, skills. Bleh. Choose two skills from the following: acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, history, insight, intimidation, which you already have, perception, and survival.
Hmm. Well, I definitely want survival because knowing me, I'm going to just be an idiot and wander into a deadly situation like all of the times.
Yeah, survival, I guess to clarify a little bit, survival is basically your ability to survive out in, say, the wilderness. So
Ah, New
whenever
Vegas rules.
you're foraging for food or tracking somebody or tracking something or knowing whether or not something is safe to eat or not, that is survival.
Hmm. And I assume athletics lets you run further or pass certain checks.
Athletics is the check you make whenever you are climbing or jumping.
Hmm. That seems like it would have
Basically,
a very niche application.
uh, yeah, yes. Also, however, basically, when you are jumping, it's useful if you want to attempt to jump over things like, say, trap pits,
Oh.
or you're trying to scale a wall up onto a balcony, or what have you. Uh,
Alright.
there's a lot of overlap between acrobatics and athletics. If
Alright, it cracks me up that I'm horribly obese, and yet I'm very athletic. So yeah, let's go with athletics for one,
All right.
and I'll go with investigation for the other.
Investigation.
I want to be a detective, damn it.
That wasn't in
Oh,
there, but there
wasn't?
was perception.
Oh, perception. Yeah, that's what I meant. Perception,
All
yes.
right, perceptions. Perception's really good. As you see, now that you are skilled in perception, your passive perception will now increase over time.
Ooh.
Meaning, basically, if I have an enemy roll stealth, and if I can't roll it higher than 13, or 13 or higher, you automatically see whatever is trying to hide.
Oh, that's interesting.
All right. All right. Equipment. You start with chainmail or leather armor, a longbow, and 20 arrows.
Ooh. Hmm. I'll go with the leather armor and arrows.
All right.
And the bow, of course. I'm not going to just throw
Yes.
the arrows. Well, knowing me, maybe I will.
Okay. Items, longbow, arrows. 20 arrows. And leather armor.
So I'm looking at what seems to be the 5 coin types. I assume that's copper pieces, silver pieces. What's EP stand for?
Electrum.
All right.
So
Obviously.
Electrum is fucking worthless and is the only odd one here. Basically, 10 copper is a silver, 10 silver is a gold, and 10 gold is a platinum. Uh, Electrum is half a gold.
That's very awkward.
Yes.
All right.
Uh, Game masters tend to not like it.
Does it auto-calculate, or can you just literally ignore it?
uh, well, you will. So they all also have their own weight. So basically, what you'll want to do is once you get into towns, you'll go to say a bank to get or a merchant to get them traded out.
So if you find a loot chest with 1,000 gold pieces in it, you can't, summon a feat of Herculean strength and carry all of them
Yeah.
back home like in most video games.
Yeah, that said, you have 16 strength, meaning you can carry quite a lot.
Ooh. I'm gonna carry this
uh,
entire freaking team, damn it. All you noobs.
yes. All right. A martial weapon and a shield, or two martial weapons. So, martial weapons are Roll 20's compendium is wow, okay. 5e martial weapons. All right. So, D&D divides its weapon types into two different types. One is simple melee weapons and the other is martial melee weapons. So, typically this is how they gimp the sorcerers and such. Uh all the non all the, like the magic casters or non-melee characters will be able to use simple melee weapons, but not the heavier say battle axes or great axes or what have you. Uh your choice is your choices are too long of a list for me to go through. So follow this link and scroll down.
Alrighty, let me see.
I guess the versatile property basically means you can either one hand or two hand the weapon, which changes its damage dice. Um, Heavy means you have to wield it two-handed. Um, a heavy weapon basically means you can't use a shield while wielding it.
Alrighty,
Or
that makes
two-handed
sense.
weapon yeah. A weapon with reach allows you to hit somebody from 10 feet away instead of 5 feet, which is
Hmm.
especially good if you want to run up, hit a guy, and move back. Because if you attempt to move away from an enemy that can hit you and they still have a reaction, every character has one reaction per round. Um, they get the chance to strike back at you if you attempt that, but a weapon with reach can get around that.
Alrighty,
Uh,
seems fair to me. Let's see.
any others? And finesse means you can use dexterity as the damage, as your damage instead of strength.
Ah, right. Okay, let's see here. So it looks like martial weapons are the ones that you would, of course, expect to see in an army rather than the civilian simple weapons.
Yep.
It's tempting. I my brain wants to fashion souls it a bit. Like, oh, which weapon would look cooler? I'm like, no, you idiot, just pick it for the stats. You can fill in the blanks with your imagination. Um,
Yep.
I guess I will take a halberd.
All right. Had a feeling.
Yeah, like the reach, the heavy weaponness.
All right. And knowing your preference in Dark Souls.
Though in Dark Souls, I do technically just take the basic axe you get early in the game and literally beat the entire game using only that for some reason.
Yep. Uh, so a halberd is a heavy two-handed weapon, so it will be more beneficial for you to start with a second martial weapon instead of a shield.
Okay, let's see. Want something that functions a bit differently. I think I would go with a short sword.
All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. Back up, back into. All right. You could have next pick between either a light crossbow and 20 bolts or two hand axes.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with the light crossbow.
All right.
Man, I'm like carrying an entire arsenal with me.
Yep. This middle-aged woman is going to war. Light crossbow. Did that make it in? Nope. Come on. Then bolt.
I started watching the Dark Crystal TV show recently, and I'm suddenly realizing how similar this character probably looks to the characters in that show.
No.
It's a pretty good show. It's pretty well detailed, but it suffers from every single character looks the same because they're just
So hard
uh,
to tell them apart. Yeah.
yeah,
I
Goblins
do
with
need to
long
go
ears and
watch that.
everything.
There's a lot of things I need to actually go watch.
Yeah. I don't think it's that long. I think it's like 5 episodes, maybe an hour each.
Okay.
I'm in the
All
middle of
right.
it, I believe.
All right. And that's on Netflix?
Yeah. It just kind of tends to throw you into the lore in the first episode, so you're just mostly spent wondering what the heck is going on, but it starts to simplify as you go along.
All right. Okay. Next. Uh, you can choose between either an Explorer's Pack or a Dungeoneer's Pack. The Explorer's Pack contains a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10, 10 rations, a water skin, and hempen rope. And the Dungeoneer's Pack contains a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pitons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 rations, water skin, and hempen rope.
I'll go with the Explorers one. I think that fits the character a bit more.
All right.
Can you imagine carrying around 20 torches?
Yeah.
Just that alone, like, holy crap.
In the Explorer's Pack, wait. Or I think it had. Roll20 stopped applying the weight of the packs for some reason, but I guess we'll just hand wave that.
Yeah, every game does
Um,
anyways.
yep. Uh, okay. That is it for starting equipment. Next is your fighting style.
Ooh.
You adopt a particular fighting style as as your specialty. Choose one of the following options. You can't take a fighting style more than once, even if you later get to choose again. So your choices are archery, defense, dueling, great weapon fighting, protection, two weapon fighting, or two weapon fighting.
Okay, well, obviously I can't do the two-weapon fighting because you can't dual wield
Yeah.
a halberd and a sword or a crossbow and a longbow, though that would be very impressive to see. Um, I guess I'll go with archery. Uh,
Archery?
assuming
Okay.
that applies to the crossbow as well.
Yes, you gain +2 bonus to attack rolls when you make with ranged weapons,
Alrighty, sounds good to me.
which that will negate your -2 to defense or to dexterity. Sorry. Bleh.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure if my
Right.
character's middle-aged, she's probably not going to want to go into the middle of fights. Uh,
Yep. Okay, that one is class source type fighter level 1. And then I will manually go into your longbow and add a +2 and short bow or bleh, light crossbow +2. All right. And then do you get this yet? Yes. Okay. As a fighter, you also have the move Second Wind. You have a limited well of stamina you can draw upon to protect yourself from harm. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level.
all
Once you
right.
use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again.
Sounds good. That combined with the thing that keeps you from dying seems pretty good.
Yeah. Oops. Ah, yes. This one you will ignore.
Oh, which one?
The spell section. Fighter, unless if you pick a certain fighter archetype that will allow you to cast spells
Oh, when I click on this
later
stuff,
down the
does that
line.
mess with yours?
Uh, no, everything remains.
Oh, okay.
It does keep me from typing though.
Ah, yeah. I didn't know if this was independent or anything.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Then that just leaves your background, which there is a lot to choose from.
Alright, I guess that would mainly depend on this setting, or is this a specific skill thing?
It does add skills,
Okay.
and they are generic enough to they're generic enough to fit in any sort of setting.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Uh, I've just sent you a link to all the official ones. Some of them, yes, are setting specific, but they can be adjusted to
Okay, let's see. Ooh, there's quite a bit.
yep.
Alright. An athlete, yeah, that's totally me. Let's see.
And it'll also list which skill proficiencies you will gain by picking it.
Hmm.
Also, these give you a sort of social proficiency that won't really factor much into combat, but for purposes might be useful.
I'm looking through all this. I'm like, ooh, I want to try this. I want to try this. I want to try this. Hmm. Oh, it's honestly really difficult to pick.
Yeah, it's you're spoiled for choice. If you do want to narrow it down from a mechanical aspect, you can look at the list of skills and pick at least one that you know you'd want, and then
Alrighty, I'm trying out the filters here.
okay.
Oh, that limited it quite a bit. Let's see, I could be a sailor, a shipwright, pirate. Uh, okay, yeah, I'll be a pirate.
Okay. Sailor pirate. Athletics and perception. You took athletics when you took or from the fighter, so you can switch that out for either acrobatics, animal handling, history, insight, or survival.
I'm gonna go with animal handling.
All right.
Figure because I'm great with animals in real life, so why not try it
Yes.
here?
Uh, that also. You also already took perceptions, so now you get to pick between acrobatics, history, insight, and survival.
So what is insight exactly?
So insight is basically you trying to suss out the true intent. the true intentions behind words spoken to you, or the true intention of something.
Okay, I'll go
It
with
is
insight.
all right. So it makes it harder to lie to you.
All right.
All right.
I figure it makes sense for a character that'd be a pirate and
Yeah.
older.
All right. This also gives you me split my Firefox in half. With the power of flex tape, I sawed my Firefox in half. Okay. You are proficient in navigator's tools, which I believe would use wisdom. You are proficient in vehicles, or in water vehicles,
Ooh.
which that I think I'll just say query attribute.
So you're saying I'm going to be good at driving thing?
Yes.
Yes. Time to steer the party's ship into a bunch of rocks and claim it was the wisest thing we could have done.
Yep. A Belane pin, which is a club.
Is it a cool club?
Yes.
Oh. What sort of people are in the club?
Nerds.
Oh.
Or other pirates. There we go.
Oh, I see.
50 feet of silk rope. Uh, a lucky charm, such as a rabbit foot or small stone with a hole in the center. Or you may roll a random trinket in the trinkets table. Uh, roll
Alright.
1d100.
Alright. See what I get. 71.
71. That gives you a fragment of a beautiful song written as musical notes on 2 pieces of parchment.
Hmm. That's a long song.
Yep.
If it's only a fragment, dang.
A beautiful song fragment.
It's ironic given that I can't sing.
Yep. Or I mean, if you'd sing, sound as you'd sound okay.
Lies. Lies. I mean, I can't read music
Nice.
either.
Ah,
The only thing I ever knew how to play was the recorder, and the recorder just sounds freaking awful.
yeah, it does.
Yeah, I don't know why, but when I was in Catholic school back in the day, they had to torture you in every way imaginable, including learning and practicing the recorder.
Yeah. Thankfully, I went to public school and I got to learn to play the trumpet.
Slightly better. Only slightly.
Yep. Now it's up to the audience to draw me playing the trumpet and in your ear.
Oh yeah, like the one meme of the guy following the girl.
Yeah. Right.
Spooky dooting.
Co- common clothing, which is probably common pirate's outfit, and a pouch containing 10 gold.
Alright.
All right.
Is that a lot?
Uh, it will let you live.
Oh. Well, if it's in
uh,
America, that's a lot. If it's literally
yep.
anywhere else, it's not.
Yeah.
Because America makes
uh,
you pay for everything.
yeah. The world of Dungeons and Dragons, however, has a bit of an inflation problem. So most magical tools will cost around like 1,000 at minimum,
Ah, so,
but you get that very quickly.
so it's basically, you know, any kind of RPG rules. Like, in Fallout when you try to buy a special weapon and it costs 15,000 caps. You're like, how the hell do I carry that around? Why do you
Yeah.
want this much? Like a junkyard worth of metal for this stupid thing.
Yep. Alright. Feature bad reputation. No matter where you go, people
Ooh,
are afraid of you due to your reputation.
fair enough.
When you are in a civilized settlement, you can get away with minor criminal offenses, such as refusing to pay for food at a tavern or breaking down doors at a local shop, since most people will not report your activity to the authorities.
Ooh,
All right.
I'm liking this
Bad
already.
from your background, pirate. All right, and I'll move that up to the top actually, so it doesn't get in the way of anything else. All right. Uh, did I forget anything?
I can't remember.
That's the problem. I can't remember what I've forgotten. Somebody pointed out in that scene he actually had forgotten his robe.
Oh. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, he's in pajamas or
Yeah.
something.
Yep. All right. Uh, okay. That I can fill out with. You are proficient in all armor. You are proficient in simple and martial weapons.
And I'm looking up half-orc names. Think I'll
Uh,
go with Xena.
Xena. Okay.
Zina.
Zina. You are fish shields. Okay. Next would be figuring out things such as personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws, a general background. We can figure out something a little more precise once we've picked out how, or once we picked out what setting we'll be playing in.
Alrighty, I think I've got a couple ideas.
All right.
More for the backstory than the particular setting, since I don't know what we're
Yeah.
gonna do for that.
I don't either.
Alright, fair
We'll have to
enough.
discuss that.
Alright. So what do you think? Is there anything to actually add right now, or do we just sort of...
Uh, I guess thinking how you will roleplay this character, or Xena, now that she is named. Uh, we know she's a pirate. We know she is past her prime.
I sort of have this idea that she's an accidental pirate. Like,
Oh,
literally, she was a small ship owner for most of her life, and then one day she got drunk and wandered onto the wrong ship and sailed it out to sea and realized, oh crap, I just stole somebody's ship and everyone's coming after her to try and get it. So she sailed off with that thing and just became a pirate because it was easier than trying to explain things. And after a while, she lost the ship and ended up where she is.
all right. I like that. So we do
Flaws.
know flaws. Yes. All
So,
right. You can type that one in.
oh, uh, Let's see. How would I phrase this? Because she's good at detecting lying, but is a little oblivious to things like that. So,
Yeah.
drunkard, accidental, pirate. Um, I don't know if that's a flaw. Um,
Uh,
prone to lucky misfortunes. Like, it's a bad thing that happened, but it happened in the best way possible.
that could work. Or could be relies a little too much on luck.
Well, I don't know if she's relying on it.
Ah,
Because the bad thing happened and she's just rolling with it. It's not that, well, I hope this is for the best. Like, oh crap, it's more, oh crap, I'm already in this situation. I'm just gonna deal with it.
so what's the word for that?
Ambivalent, maybe?
Complacent?
Complacent?
Complacent. Thesaurus. Uh,
It could be that she has a certain disregard for empathizing with others because she still stole a stranger's ship even on accident and didn't
yeah.
really think to return it.
And given the bad reputation, probably hurt enough people to keep it. I don't
Yeah.
want to go to jail. Ah!
Yeah, I'm sort of picturing that she wouldn't even like go, oh, that's a bad thing. Just, oh, I'm here now. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, sort of like if you're playing a video game like Skyrim or something and you accidentally steal an object and the guards come to arrest you, instead of quick loading, you just go, oh, I'm gonna run away and live
Yep.
in the wilderness from now on. So I don't have to deal with that.
I guess this is life now.
Yeah. Oh, I cannot spell. That's an ideal personality trait.
um Under bonds you could have it be
James.
yes. That one can be James and James and James. Goes with the flow could be under bonds.
Oh,
Uh
I figured bonds would be more relationship stuff.
uh those could go as well. Or it could be goes with the flow but keeps a tight a tight crew.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't want her to become Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
So,
uh
I'll, guess I'll say loyal.
all right.
Ideals. Everything that is as it should be.
All right.
So I think it sort of fits with me, like thinking that, oh, the old version of that game was better. When they updated it, they ruined it and all that. That's sort of
Yeah.
maybe what she'd be like a bit.
All right. Guess now we have all that. Doop doop doop. This sounds like your alignment would actually be true neutral.
All right, all right. I feel like chaotic neutral is the one everyone goes for because it's silly in
Yeah.
concept. But yeah, true neutral probably.
All right. That leaves us with these large blank open areas.
Allies and organization, features and traits. Uh,
uh, Additional features and
Vic.
traits are where you'd put this, like the powers of certain items you
Oh,
have.
okay,
But thick works as well.
okay.
Or actually, that'd go under character appearance.
All right. Vic. So let's see. Trying to think. Wears an eye patch, but does not actually have any missing eyes.
All right.
Has a peg leg, but
It's not missing a leg.
it's not missing a leg. I'm picturing it strapped like to her arm or leg or something. Like sort of like the
It's
Predator's
just like
blade, just
attached to her back, like near the tailbone. So whenever she wants to sit down, it just like she sits and leans on that peg leg.
I'm thinking. Remember, we got that belaying pin earlier. That's going to be the
Oh
peg
yeah.
leg.
All right.
Belaying pin. Okay. All right. What else? We've established purplish skin, gray hair.
Yep.
Um,
Any noticeable scars
hmm.
or tattoos what
Has a
or how she
tattoo,
wears her hair?
but does not know what the tattoo is supposed to
Oh
be,
god.
nor remembers getting it.
Well,
Hairstyle. Uh,
that can get you into a cult someday by
per-
accident.
permanent bedhead. Uh, Completely unkempt. Let's see. Typically puts on her shirts backwards, but doesn't care to fix it. All right.
All right.
I think we've got a good mental picture of this character.
Yep. Uh, all right. I think you can also go ahead and fill in the character backstory.
All right. Okay, let's see. Let's see. How long do I want to have been a pirate? I'll say 15 years or so. Owner of a what's a small ship type? Is a schooner a smallish personal ship? I'll say a schooner for now.
Let's see. 5e ship types. Uh, I don't own the dedicated book for ship sailing, and such. But according to the system reference document, the ship types are keelboat, longship, sailing ship, warship, and a galley.
Galley is usually very big, I think. So,
Yes,
um, a
a
longboat's like a
galley
Viking
needs a
boat.
crew of 200.
All right.
So you're probably thinking of like a keelboat or something.
I'll say a keelboat. We can quibble about the specifics at some later point. Uh,
Yeah.
and forgot which boat was hers. Uh, Boarding the local, I don't know, let's say Magister's
Sure.
personal yacht. And off with it. I'll say she was a merchant. This instantly caused her to become a highly wanted criminal, and upon sobering up, she realized she didn't care enough to justify her actions or right the wrong, and embraced the ways of piracy. Her first recruit was a fellow drunkard who happened to be the stowed no, let's do something a bit more interesting.
Want me to randomly
No,
determine?
I think I have something. My first recruits were a pair of slaves the Magister kept locked inside the yacht's lower hold. I figure that would give her some reputation, someone that would want to work with her instantly,
Yeah.
and give her a crew. I guess we'll get more specific about where that ended up when we know what setting we're going into, but presumably
Yeah.
she would not have that ship by the time we start this.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I think that's about it. Over the long years, she collected a lot of experience and gear, which she keeps on her person at all times. That's why she has a ton of random weapons.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. I guess now's allies and organizations. We actually have a few already.
Alrighty. So, two ex-slaves. Um, both female. I figure the magister or is it magister or magistrates? Is that a different thing?
Magistrate is plural, I believe.
Okay. Um, well, I don't know if they. Well, we'll leave it ambiguous if they're still around.
Yeah.
Uh,
Though, as the DM, they're still around.
yeah, yeah. A crew of her captured yacht, renamed the. What do I want to name this thing? I'm doing the thing where I'm looking around the room to see what random objects can inspire me. That's the the avatar of animosity. Sure, let's go with that.
All right. Thinking we could just say that the boat is beached currently, and her starting goal is go to gain the money and resources needed to repair it.
Alrighty. After an embarrassing fit. I can't even spell failure. I failed to spell failure. After embarrassing failure, the ship has become beached and her crew missing. So she has to find the crew, and among her treasure is the yacht. Avatar of Animosity. And the friends she made along the way.
Yep.
Alrighty. Oh, how about for additional features and traits? She's an addict, and if she does not, get a fix every, I'll say week, she goes through withdrawals. Okay. I think that could be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, this will be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
All right. Well, I think that covers it for now.
Alright.
Now we just need, I'm thinking, 3 more players, and we'll be, and to decide what we'll actually be playing, and yeah.
Alrighty, I'm looking forward to this.
All right.
It'll be fun to go through this with other people as well and see what characters they come up with. And we have to make one for you if you don't already have one.
Uh, I have I have a few ideas, but as the DM, I'll probably just cycle in and out, or it depends. It depends. Uh, I'll play a character if we can only get 2 more people, only 2 more people. But otherwise, I'll play any friendly NPCs.
Alrighty, sounds good to me. Well, thank you
All
for
right.
helping me set this up. I appreciate you taking the time to walk me through something I know absolutely nothing about.
Yep. I'll also, yeah, I'll also probably demo to you an actual, say, combat scenario for you to get adjusted to this.
Alrighty, that sounds pretty good to me. Yeah, I hope those of you listening will enjoy the various shenanigans we get into. And now that I think about it, I'm not even sure which channel I should upload this to. I'll probably put it on the
uh,
animation one just because it's got a bigger audience. No one really watches my gaming channel.
yeah.
Maybe I'll do both. I'll indulge and do both.
Maybe maybe once we actually start running this game, put edited compilations on the animation channel, and then put the raw footage up on the gaming channel.
Alrighty, that sounds like a good approach. Though the gaming channel's actually starting to pick up a little bit, and finally up to 100 subscribers, which it's not that much, but it's the sort of thing it starts to snowball at a certain point with the
Yep.
algorithms.
Thank you, robot overlords.
Yes. Alrighty, I think that's about it. We're probably just going to ramble on for a while. So I appreciate you taking the time once again, and we will hopefully have an update for everyone soon. And we'll get many
Yeah.
players and have many good times.
Yes.
Alrighty, catch you guys in the future.
All right. See y'all.